Hey friends, I hope you guys are all here. I am aware that this is going to be a little wonky, so we're going to be a little sideways. I think it's going to be fine for today. We'll make it work. Okay, so today I am live doing a fun holiday winter craft with you. Last year at about this time, I did a fun way to make paper ornaments using our scrapbooking tools. So let's see. I have one right here. We made some fun paper ornaments using paper clips and our scrapbooking paper and the custom cutting system. I recently made mention to these on my Facebook page and it made me go, huh, I really should kind of do that again. It was a fun sort of seasonal way to get in the spirit. So today I am going to bring back paper snowflakes. So who remembers doing these as a kid? I was awful at it. Awful. I don't think I understood how to do it. I somehow always managed cutting them in half, but I think I finally got it. So you will want to start with a square. Obviously our scrapbooking paper is square, so you can start with a 12 by 12 or you can go down lower. This is an 8.5 by 8.5, which is going to work perfectly for my demonstration. Once you have your square, the first thing you're going to do is fold it in half diagonally so that you make a triangle. You want to try and get these folds as perfect as you can, knowing that if they're not perfect, that's okay. Okay, so I've made my big triangle just by folding it in half. Once you have folded that in half, you're going to fold it in half again so that you make a slightly smaller triangle. All right, so again, you're trying to match those corners up as perfectly as you can, knowing that nobody's perfect. All right, so once you have that, you're going to turn it so that your big long side is at the top and that center corner is facing downwards, okay? So this is where I think I always got mixed up as kids. I just kept folding and I wasn't paying attention to where the center was. So this big long, your longest triangle edge is going to be at the top, okay? Or I guess for you guys, I think I'm oriented this way. So this is the top. I'm standing over here, so for me, the top is over here, okay? This is probably the trickiest part, all right? You're going to take one edge and you're going to bring it about a third of a way over. I'm not going to make too hard of a crease yet. I think that looks good. You want to be so that once you fold this and crease it, that when you fold this part, they'll match up nicely, okay? So I am holding that part together, bringing this a third of the way. It's going to make kind of a funky looking arrow design. Not going to crease that too hard. I'm going to see that if I bring this to overlap it, I'm just turning a little bit to see if they work well. Let's see. All right, no. Do you guys see how I have all this extra space where this paper doesn't meet it? That means I can bring this first one over. So I can go a little bit more diagonal. Let's maybe try there. So that if I bring this across it, oh, see, now I've gone too far and I have extra. So it's just kind of a game. I thought I had gotten pretty good at this, but I've been doing smaller snowflakes. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say that's gonna be it. Those look pretty equal so that when I fold this over, it is almost perfect. The closer you can get it, the better. Okay, so you can see I didn't get it quite perfect. I have a little bit of hangover here. I'm not going to keep going. I think that you guys get the point. Getting my creases really well. All right, so then when you turn it on this side, you've got a fun looking arrow. And when you turn it over, you'll see a straight line, right? Okay, so I'm just going to cut. I'm going to use my trimmer because I'm feeling particularly lazy. I'm just going to cut off that excess from this line. All right. This stuff is going to be garbage or, recycling. Okay. This is all recycling. We can throw that out. And what you're left is a really cute little pointy triangle or ice cream cone looking piece. Now here's the fun part. You're going to take your scissors and you're going to start cutting. I just threw my scissors on the ground because of course that's what kind of day it is. Wait. All right, so you're going to cut designs into the edges or the top or the bottom of your little cone shape here. I've sort of experimented with a little bit of everything. I'm going to cut, let's see. You could sketch this out ahead of time, with just a pencil, follow the lines. Homegirl doesn't have time for that. I'm just going to start trimming, all right? Obviously, the more time you spend making these cuts precise, the better. But like I said, I'm a little lazy. I like to just kind of get where I'm going and I'm get going fast. Now, you never want to cut, if you start cutting all the way through, that's when you're going to start turning your snowflakes into pieces. So I am just going to cut sort of triangle shapes out. You can make curvy shapes. The straight ones are going to be easier though. I don't have a plan. I'm just kind of seeing what happens as I go. So I did that side. Maybe I'm going to do something very similar, but on this side. So I'm going up. And then I'm going to cut straight in. It's always kind of fun to see what happens when you make these cuts. I'm just making these little triangles, so I'm eager to see what will happen. If you do not want to get creative, if you want to take the guesswork out, I heard that there are templates that you can follow where you can just sort of trace designs and then cut out what they say, and you'll get a more predictable pattern. All right, so let's go here now. Just kind of, like I said, I'm winging this. I don't have a set plan. Now something needs to happen here. Maybe even cutting. No, I'm gonna do this. Slightly smaller triangle. And then I'm going to do something at the top as well. Maybe some little triangles out of the top. Now, I have not planned this. I don't really super know how it's going to turn out. If you have one of those minds where you can picture and rotate and all of that other stuff, you probably have a very good idea of how this is going to look. That is not me. That is not my gift. All right, I'm going to do one more little one here. Okay, just getting all those little baby pieces off. Now again, the more you took your time and lined up your paper and made your cuts, or your folds super nice and easy, the better looking these are going to turn out. So I think I'm done with the cutting. Now you're going to start unfolding and see what you end up with. So let's see. Ooh, I already see some really interesting shapes taking place. Okay. This is kind of fun. Looks a bit like a gear with a star in the middle. Now, obviously, you can do these with your kids, your grandkids, niece, nephews, students, whatever. Come up with lots of fun shapes. Use them, hang them on the wall, put them on your tree, hang them from a doorway. all sorts of fun ideas that you can use these for. But what if we use something other than printer paper? This was printer paper. What if we use our own scrapbooking paper? What could we come up with then? So today I sat down and I came up with this super cute, let's see if I can adjust this up a little bit. This super cute page design by just cutting a couple sheets. So I've got a place for, I've made a cluster of homemade snowflakes. I've got places for 3 photos. I could do some journaling or some titling here. So let's just take a closer look at my snowflakes. Move some of these around. I did this with the Nordic Winter collection, which I think is fun. I went Nordic Winter because it's got these browns and blues, and I thought that those would lend themselves nicely to the paper snowflake look. As you can see, they are not perfectly flat. You still see the creases in them and the folds, but something about the browns and the blues with this make me think like it's reminiscent of like craft paper crafting. Like it's, I don't know, it just makes it, the color scheme to me just screams like homemade versus trying to make it more realistic looking. I like that you can see the folds in the papers. I super love this blue one and how it turned out, where I made the top sort of pointy. So I would love to see what you guys come up with. Is this something you guys did as a kid? Were you good at it? Because like I said, I was not, but I was able to crank out some pretty cute looking snowflakes today. And, you know, I think I've gotten better. The trick is obviously though taking your time with those folds, and you're going to need yourself a good pair of scissors. So I used my just regular Creative Memories scissors. They were nice and strong for me. I started off using something, I was using the Precision Point, but they weren't, I didn't have enough like power in them. I needed a longer handle so I could get better cutting. But yeah, I'd love to see what you guys come up with. If you end up using the paper snowflakes in any of your creations or your own decorating at home, could you guys please like tag me in your photos, or just go over to my Scrap with Ash website and post them there. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Make sure, if you are, especially if you're local to me or if you're willing to travel, you guys stay tuned to my Facebook page. I will be posting all of the sign-up information for my in-person events coming up very soon. And right now, if you guys want to get yourself a deal, head on over to my Creative Memories website. That's creativememories.com/cm/Ashley Rush. Right now, we are doing a clear the shelf sale, and you can get some really awesome things for some great discounted prices. All right, guys, I will see you all again next week. Bye.